You ever noticed that when you bring up a concern with your partner, instead of listening, they immediately get defensive? This is a common experience in relationships, and it can quickly turn a simple conversation into a heated argument. Defensiveness is a natural reaction when someone feels attacked or criticized, even if that's not your intention. In this video, we'll explore why defensiveness happens, what it looks like, and most importantly, how you can address it together. Let's start by understanding what defensiveness really means and why it shows up so often in our closest relationships. Defensiveness is a protective response. When your partner feels blamed or threatened, their instinct is to shield themselves from emotional pain. This might look like making excuses, counterattacking, or shutting down completely. It's important to remember that defensiveness isn't about being difficult on purpose. It's often an automatic reaction rooted in past experiences or fears of being misunderstood. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward healthier communication. By understanding what defensiveness looks like, you can start to notice it in your own relationship and take steps to address it. You might wonder how to spot defensiveness in your partner or even in yourself. Some common signs include interrupting, denying responsibility, making excuses, or turning the blame back on you. Sometimes, defensiveness can also show up as sarcasm or withdrawing from the conversation altogether. These behaviors can make it difficult to resolve issues and can leave both partners feeling unheard. By learning to recognize these signs early, you can pause and redirect the conversation before it escalates. Defensiveness often comes from a place of vulnerability. When someone feels criticized, their brain perceives it as a threat, triggering a fight or flight response. This is especially true if past experiences have taught them that criticism leads to conflict or rejection. Sometimes people develop defensive habits as a way to protect their self-esteem or avoid feeling inadequate. Understanding these underlying reasons can help you approach your partner with more empathy and patience. Past shapes how we respond in the present. If your partner grew up in an environment where mistakes were harshly criticized, they might be especially sensitive to feedback. Even if you're gentle, their old wounds can get triggered, causing them to react defensively. Recognizing that these reactions are often rooted in history, not just the current situation, can help you both approach conversations with more understanding and less judgment. When defensiveness becomes a regular part of your interactions, it can create distance and resentment. Instead of feeling like a team, you may start seeing each other as adversaries. Over time, this pattern can erode trust and make it harder to resolve even small disagreements. The good news is that with awareness and effort, you can break the cycle and build a stronger, more supportive connection. It's not just your partner who might get defensive, everyone does at times. The key is to notice your own reactions. Do you feel your heart race or your muscles tense when criticized? Do you find yourself wanting to argue back or shut down? By paying attention to these physical and emotional cues, you can catch defensiveness before it takes over the conversation. Self-awareness is a powerful tool in breaking the defensiveness cycle. When you can identify your own triggers and reactions, you're better equipped to respond thoughtfully instead of automatically. This doesn't mean you'll never feel defensive, but it does mean you can choose how to handle those feelings. Practicing self-awareness can help you stay calm and open, even during tough conversations. When you notice defensiveness creeping in, try to pause and take a breath. Instead of reacting right away, give yourself a moment to process what your partner is saying. Ask yourself if you're feeling attacked or if there's another way to interpret their words. Responding with curiosity instead of defensiveness can change the entire tone of the conversation. One effective way to reduce defensiveness is to use I statements instead of you statements. For example, say I feel hurt when, instead of you always. This shifts the focus from blaming to sharing your own feelings, which makes it easier for your partner to listen without feeling attacked. Practicing this simple change can make a big difference in your communication. Active listening means giving your full attention to your partner and trying to understand their perspective. This involves making eye contact, nodding, and reflecting back what you hear. When your partner feels truly heard, they're less likely to get defensive. Practicing active listening can help both of you feel more connected and respected. Validation is about letting your partner know that their feelings make sense even if you don't agree with them. You can say things like, I can see why you'd feel that way. This doesn't mean you're admitting fault, but it does show empathy. Validation helps lower defenses and opens the door to more honest conversations. Certain words or tones can trigger defensiveness, even if you don't mean to. Pay attention to how you phrase things and try to avoid language that sounds accusatory or harsh. Instead, focus on expressing your needs and feelings in a calm, respectful way. Being mindful of your words can help keep the conversation constructive. Bringing up sensitive topics at the wrong time can make defensiveness worse. If your partner is tired, stressed, or distracted, they're less likely to respond calmly. Choose a time when you're both relaxed and able to focus on each other. Setting the right moment for important conversations can make a big difference in how they unfold. If a conversation starts to get heated, it's okay to take a break. Stepping away for a few minutes can help both of you cool down and gather your thoughts. Agree on a time to come back and continue the discussion. Taking breaks isn't about avoiding the issue, it's about making sure you both feel safe and ready to talk. Trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship. When you consistently show understanding and patience, your partner will feel safer opening up without fear of judgment. Building trust takes time, but every positive interaction helps. Over time, you'll both feel more comfortable being honest and vulnerable with each other. A genuine apology can go a long way in repairing hurt feelings and reducing defensiveness. If you realize you've said something hurtful, own up to it and express regret. A simple, heartfelt apology shows your partner that you care about their feelings and are willing to make things right. Healthy boundaries are essential for respectful communication. Let your partner know what's okay and what isn't when discussing sensitive topics. Boundaries help prevent conversations from becoming hurtful or overwhelming. When both partners feel respected, defensiveness naturally decreases. Empathy means putting yourself in your partner's shoes and trying to understand their feelings. When you approach conversations with empathy, you're less likely to trigger defensiveness. Even if you disagree, showing that you care about your partner's perspective can help you both feel more connected. Instead of getting stuck on who's right or wrong, try to focus on finding solutions together. Ask, how can we fix this? Rather than rehashing old arguments. Working as a team to solve problems helps reduce defensiveness and strengthens your partnership. How you say something matters just as much as what you say. A gentle, calm tone can help keep the conversation open, while a harsh or sarcastic tone can trigger defensiveness. Practice speaking kindly, even when discussing difficult topics. Your tone sets the stage for a productive conversation. Nonverbal cues like facial expressions, body language, and eye contact play a big role in how your message is received. Crossed arms or rolling eyes can make your partner feel dismissed, even if your words are kind. Being aware of your nonverbal signals can help you communicate more effectively and reduce misunderstandings. Misunderstandings can easily lead to defensiveness. Take time to check that you've understood your partner correctly by repeating back what you heard. This simple step can clear up confusion and show your partner that you care about getting it right. Sometimes, the best way to avoid defensiveness is to give each other space to process emotions. If your partner needs time alone, respect that need. Space can help both of you cool off and return to the conversation with a clearer mind. Blaming each other only fuels defensiveness and keeps you stuck in conflict. Instead, focus on what you can each do to improve the situation. Taking responsibility for your part helps create a more cooperative and supportive environment. Instead of criticizing, try to reframe your feedback as a request or a need. For example, say, "I'd appreciate it if you could help with," instead of "you never help." This approach feels less like an attack and more like an invitation to work together. It's important to acknowledge the progress you make together, even if it's small. Celebrate moments when you both communicate well or handle a tough conversation with less defensiveness. Recognizing these wins builds confidence and encourages more positive interactions in the future. Improving communication is a journey you take together. Be open to learning new skills and trying different approaches. Support each other as you practice, and remember that it's normal to make mistakes along the way. The important thing is that you're both committed to growing as a couple. Sometimes, defensiveness becomes so ingrained that it's hard to break the cycle on your own. If you're struggling to communicate, consider seeking help from a therapist or counselor. Professional support can provide new tools and perspectives to help you both move forward. Changing communication habits takes time and patience. There will be setbacks, and that's okay. Be gentle with yourself and your partner as you both work to create a more open and understanding relationship. Patience is key to lasting change. Everyone has emotional triggers, certain words, actions, or situations that bring up strong feelings. Identifying these triggers can help you avoid accidentally setting off defensiveness. Talk with your partner about what makes each of you feel vulnerable and work together to create a safer space for open communication. Stress can make anyone more reactive and defensive. If you or your partner are going through a tough time, be extra gentle with each other. Recognize that stress can amplify misunderstandings and make it harder to communicate calmly. Supporting each other through stressful periods can strengthen your bond. No one communicates perfectly all the time. Let go of the expectation that you or your partner should always get it right. Mistakes are part of the process, and what matters most is your willingness to keep trying. Embracing imperfection can make your relationship more resilient and compassionate. Encourage your partner to share their thoughts and feelings, even if it's uncomfortable. Openness creates a foundation of trust and helps prevent misunderstandings. When both partners feel safe to express themselves, defensiveness naturally decreases and intimacy grows. Regularly expressing appreciation for your partner can help counteract defensiveness. When people feel valued, they're more likely to listen openly and respond with kindness. Make it a habit to notice and acknowledge the things your partner does well. Forgiveness is essential for moving past defensiveness and building a stronger relationship. Holding onto past hurts only keeps you stuck in negative patterns. Practice letting go of grudges and focusing on the present. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting, but it does mean choosing to move forward together. Before starting a difficult conversation, check your intentions. Are you trying to solve a problem or just venting frustration? Approaching your partner with a genuine desire to connect and improve things can help keep defensiveness at bay. Humor can sometimes diffuse tension, but it can also backfire if it feels dismissive. Use humor gently and only when you're sure it will be received well. The goal is to lighten the mood, not to minimize your partner's feelings. Take time to reflect on how far you've come as a couple. Notice the ways you've both improved your communication and handled defensiveness better. Celebrating your growth together can inspire you to keep working on your relationship. When things go off track, making a repair attempt, like a gentle touch, a kind word, or a shared laugh, can help bring you back together. Repair attempts show your partner that you care about the relationship and want to move forward even after a disagreement. During difficult conversations, it's easy to get lost in past arguments or future worries. Practice staying present by focusing on what's happening right now. Mindfulness can help you respond thoughtfully instead of reacting defensively. Encourage your partner's personal growth and celebrate their efforts to communicate better. When both of you feel supported, it's easier to let down your guard and be less defensive. Growth is a shared journey, and cheering each other on makes it more rewarding. Being vulnerable with your partner can feel scary, but it's essential for deep connection. Sharing your fears, hopes, and insecurities invites your partner to do the same. Vulnerability helps break down walls and reduces the need for defensiveness. Healthy communication isn't just for resolving conflicts, it's a daily habit. Make time to check in with each other, share your thoughts, and listen with care. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to avoid defensiveness and stay connected. Breaking the cycle of defensiveness takes time, patience, and teamwork. By understanding each other's triggers, practicing empathy, and communicating openly, you can build a stronger, more loving relationship. Remember, every step you take together brings you closer to the partnership you both deserve.